Hello, Jeff. Before I start the rest of the video, I just wanted to say I want to make a tiny edit to the English language. I've decided that instead of saying hiccuping to describe the action of having the hiccups, it should be hicking up, so that way it parallels with throwing up, which I think makes more sense. So yeah, just add that one into the language. Yeah.
Well, it's gonna be the future soon, and I won't always be this way. When the things that make me weak and strange get engineered away.
I've been kind of obsessed with this game here, Aether, which I will play while muttering about whatever I like to mutter about. So I really enjoy this game. You start, you're on Earth here, which, happens. Sometimes you're on Earth. But you are riding around, you're a kid riding around on this big monster friend. And also, I'm still sort of sick, so coughing may happen intermittently. Apologies. But you're riding around on this monster guy, and you can use his tongue to swing from the clouds, like you do. Hey, it's the moon. Hi, moon. I'll land on the moon here. Whoa, oh, I missed. There we go. Now I'm on the moon. Woo. The moon seems to be in a pretty good mood. Anyway, so you are on your monster guy, and you can swing around from cloud to cloud, and then, of course, after a while, you can swing up into space, float around to other planets. But what I really wanted to talk about was, I've been thinking about video games a lot, because, well, I've been playing video games. And, wow. Okay, I'm having a little bit of, no, don't fall, don't fall. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of lag issues here. Probably got too many programs running at the same time, because I'm a terrible person. But I've been thinking a lot about video games recently, because of the Humble Bundle and all that. And one of the things that I find kind of, sad, or I guess, as a realization, is that I started out as a console gamer, as I suppose people would say, in popular parlance. Played a lot of, original NES games, and then Super Nintendo, and N64, GameCube, a lot of Nintendo stuff. But really the thing that's I've found sort of annoying recently is that consoles have become more of a bar between me and the games I would like to play than they are methods of allowing me to play. They seem to be more of a barrier than they are an opportunity. And I've been thinking about this partly because one of the games on pretty much everyone's best games of the year list is a game called Journey, which is it's a PlayStation Network game, so you have to have a PS3 to play it. And it's very unlikely I will get a PS3 for a very long time. And that's a shame. I mean, granted, I will almost certainly, if I wait long enough and survive long enough, there will be PS3 emulators on the computers of the future, or whatever. Maybe there are PS3 emulators now, I haven't really investigated it. But part of what makes Journey great is this sort of anonymous multiplayer thing where you're teamed with another person that you can't directly communicate with, and you experience the, journey through this world together. And it sounds all very cool and interesting, and that game company, that's the name of the game company that made the game, I like a lot of their stuff, like Flow was one of the early ones, or I think, what else did Genova Chen make? I think Cloud was a little PC game that was made by one of the people in that studio. Here I am on the planet Malasis. But anyway, even if I get around to, through some, in some distant future, getting to play some emulation of Journey, it feels like I'm going to miss this integral part of what that game was about. Sharing this experience with someone and all that. So that's kind of sad, I think. And it echoes a lot of the problems that I have with ebooks and things too. What with the fact that if I buy a book for Kindle, I can only use it for my Kindle. Well, I'm only supposed to be able to use it with my Kindle. I find the more time I spend engaging with digital media, the more I sort of naturally become a big proponent of open source formats and things like that. Because being someone who's been a consumer of different electronic media, well, for my entire life, you're not going to be using the same machine for long. I mean, video games definitely prove that. They're always, they go in their cycles, and tablets go in their cycles, and music players and all of that. And music has, of course, like music downloads have become much more open as far as file formats and not being locked with crazy DRM so much anymore. But books still struggle with the... I ate all of those dudes, which is what I'm supposed to do here, I guess. I mean, ebooks still struggle quite a bit with various crazy DRM schemes, and, you know, game consoles, essentially anything that's exclusive to that console, you can't really experience unless you have that console, or are friends with someone who has that console, or can get some sort of emulator or something. And if there's one thing that really bars video games from being sort of a universally respected art form, I think it's that. But I mean, that's just one of the aspects of computer programming. The platform is always going to be a thing. Or at least right now, it's always an issue. So I don't know, it just bothers me a little bit, because there are a lot of these different sort of narrative or play experiences that I would like to have, and I really can't, just because of, well, economically, I'm not really able to just be like, oh, I'm gonna buy all of the consoles, hooray. So that's a bummer. But, oh well, for now at least, I can float around in space on this monster guy, going from planet to planet, doing interesting things. Whee! Sorry, I got distracted by floating around in space. I suppose that's really just what's been on my mind at the moment, is someday maybe we'll have sort of universal machines for playing any sort of game, reading any sort of book, listening to any sort of music. But right now, that seems really far away. And I don't know, it just makes me sad for all the different experiences I'll miss out on. Granted, I mean, there are plenty of paintings I haven't seen or songs I haven't listened to, but I mean, you know, gaming is one of those things that's just sort of, it's kind of one of my media that I particularly enjoy. I don't immerse myself in music and things as much as other people do. I like games, I like books, and digitally speaking, both of those forms of media are kind of fucked, which is upsetting. So, ah well. At least I have space. I've run out of things to say for the moment. We'll see how well this goes as far as video, and I will be off into space on my octopus monster, who uses his tongue to swing from a cloud. Look, it's a whole thing. Honestly, it reminds me of the just weird, abstract awesomeness of early video games. Back when the fact that video game consoles existed seemed like, I don't know, some great opportunity instead of a big limiting factor. Of course, all that may just be because I've gotten a lot more into PC games. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going away now. Off into space. See you in the future.